intent of this ordinance is to provide uniform standards and procedures for these type of situations. So, for example, in the past, as administration was pointing out, there have been maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 different circumstances where the statute was utilized in order to bring an item before this board. That can come in many ways, shapes, and forms. But now what this is intended to do is basically to set up a process for those proposals so that if the developer chooses and the board approves of their proposal, the developer now has to basically outline, provide a lot of information, provide a report, show that they have financial, and some of that happens anyway on a more informal basis, but this would be a requirement. It also requires administration to make certain findings and then bring that before this board.
One last question. And this information is required before we make the decision or after?
That's correct, before. But in the event that the proposal is rejected, there's still a process whereby the proposal is brought before this board just so that they can make a determination as to whether they want the proposal to go forward.
So just one quick clarification. If the proposal is rejected by the administration?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
This opportunity.
One quick question. What happened that led you to do this? That's all I really want to know. So I'm sure from
What
this
happened
point of
was
view-
that we all want the economic development. When we list the land, it belongs to the owners, Miami-Dade County residents. It's not my land, it's not your land, it's not his land. We have seen in the past, like in District 2, when I was a chair, the conveyance of properties for things that they promised they were going to do, and they never did. Right. Including a reverter clause means, okay, we have another company who wants to develop there, but the way we have it tied today, we cannot remove it from them, even though it has been 5 years and they haven't done anything over there. So the reality is that all economic development conveyances or leases under this, at a minimum, shall include a reverter clause, meaning you're not doing what you promised, it comes back to us so we can do it with someone else. And at the same time, let me tell you that nothing contained in this subsection will preclude the county from issuing a competitive solicitation for the conveyance or lease of county-owned or county-leased property for economic development. Nothing. This is only saying, let's organize the house. Let's respect. You're promising to do something? We help. Let's do it. But you need to provide us the ability to know that you're serious about what you're doing. If not, this is county-owned land.
Accountability.
It's the people's land.
Accountability is what this...
Accountability. That's all this item is.
One last question for the attorneys, please. So essentially, this ordinance does not in any way add or subtract the powers of the administration. It simply adds more detail, business plans, financial plans, and then obviously puts a reverter clause. So essentially, this just gets us better information when the administration brings something. Yes or no?
Correct.
Thank you.
I want to make sure that we have the ability to be nimble enough to jump on opportunities, that do come about, but still do it in a responsible way and not overburden someone who wants to come and potentially offer us a new idea to do something so that we can continue to be very innovative in this community.
The explanation offered by Mr. Solomon was very convincing to me, and I'll be in support of the item, except that I think the reference that was made to District 2's property, that was a private property. That's the only reservation.
Okay. So with that, we have a motion and a second. I am comfortable, with the item. This is an ordinance. This will be item number 1G1 and supplement 1 to 1G1. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Martinez?
Aye.
Commissioner Monestein? Yes. Commissioner Suarez? Vice Chairwoman Higgins?
Yes.
Chairman Moss?
Yes.
You have 4 to 0. The motion passes.
Okay. Promo. In September of 2019, we're going to be having the Affordable Housing Summit, and we make a commitment that we're going to build a minimum of 10,000 affordable housing units.